Hey fam, hey Bourgeois TV family, hey Bourgeois Tech, hey Bourgeois Tech family. Um, this video I was taking a shower and I wanted to do a video about it before I forgot because sometimes I think about something and some stuff I've been working in, and a lot of that thing going to my mind and I forgot. I want to quickly make that video before I forget what I was saying. So I got before I got in my thought. So I'm trying to do this video real quick. Now, as you can see, I'm a tech blogger, and I talk about entrepreneurship and stuff like that. This is what I'm gonna start doing a lot of video about different stuff, entrepreneurship. Now, this video is a little bit different. It's about a growing problem I see is going on or going to happen, and the government have no clue about it, and it's going to be a problem, and we have to solve before it get worse. The problem is about the tech world, right? Back in the old days, like that's how you see the video said that the I don't know if I read the title correctly, but this you gotta maybe I'll change it later on. Back in the old day, there's always like industry that goes on, like company that go up and they fall down because of changing of time. And usually when a company built and it's supposed to help elevate the area and also help create job for like other small job because of like how big the industry is, like small like restaurant shopping center, because the company is so big, the industry is so big, it help create other job and it help create wealth for a lot of people, right? And they have hire a lot of people, it have create a lot of job for people. But the problem in a tech industry is not like that. And the problem in a tech industry is when the industry come in, and let me go back again. And also back in the day when they create a new industry, there's always say, oh, industry come and goes and replace one each other, right? But they all, like I was trying to say before, the problem is when industry create a new industry created, there's always hope for a new job, right, for people. And like I was picking back on what I was saying, in the tech world, the people in an old industry versus the people in the tech industry, their mindset are very different. When a new tech world create an industry, the way they solve the problem, it doesn't benefit a lot of people. When a tech company come in, it doesn't hire a lot of people, right? And three company out, or maybe two company I'll talk about that are getting really big and they're creating a lot of problem, right? And one of them is Tesla, and the other one is Amazon. And it's because there are two different type of people. Um, the old school people are people that are very um, how you call it, well, not introvert, very outgoing, very outside, right? Outspoken. I think they call it introvert. And a person who's in the most tech people who found tech company are very introvert. So they're very into themselves. Those people are very differently, right? So those people, when they come into a business, or when they try to solve a problem, they solve a problem, um, especially the introvert people, because most of the time they are they're coming with problem solving the problem for themselves. They're not trying to create and then hoping people will use that, right? But most introvert people, when they create a problem, is how can I create a problem for everybody, and how can it benefit a lot of people? And you can always say like, well, so a lot of rich people sometimes they fire people eventually, but there's a difference, right? They can be fire people and rehire people and stuff like that. But the problem is because when they do that, is because for like financially gain process, right? But the introvert people, when they create industry, for example, like Elon Musk. Now, most people can say Elon Musk is a very genius person, right? The a problem only with the Tesla company. Why is a great car is breaking out new style of cars and stuff like that, and which is good for environment. The only problem is it's not create a lot of job for people, for like say the people that used to work for like the other car company. If most car company gonna become like Tesla, or even remotely take like Tesla, say if they end up being one a Tesla company, it's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna be unemployed, because the model of Tesla is I'm a technology company that make cars, that sells cars, right? And in the beginning it's fine, because the people who can afford $150,000 car can possibly able afford to. They probably have two or three cars. They can wait for 3 to 6 months to get car to get fixed if they don't if they cannot fix it themselves. Because Tesla, when you bought a Tesla, you can afford to pay like a monthly subscription where you can go and they teach you go step by step a certain problem how to fix it yourself, right? But for most people who gonna buy a 30,000 dollar Tesla, it's not very hard. A lot of them are not very technology savvy. A lot of them are do a lot of handiwork. They're like your local garbage man, your local who cut your grass, you work your mails, who work who work in a warehouse. Those people is not really tech savvy. So a lot of those people are gonna need a place to take their car to go fix. And there's a lot of job people make a lot of money. I'm not saying career, I mean like job, or your local truck driver. There's a lot of job where people can make a lot of money, even the barbers or stuff like that. Depend if someone who try to get a second chance at life. There's a lot of people that make a lot of money, but that's not very technical. There's not very technical technology savvy, right? And those people, when they buy their car, and that's the only car they have, they don't have and they don't know how to fix them themselves. Where do Tesla expect those people to go and fix those cars? So that is one problem as itself. In another industry, is Tesla is not thinking about, right, when they want to like make car, fix car, because Tesla doesn't have a dealership place. So therefore, there's no dealership to go take your car and look at, right? And in the old world, a car company will make the car and sell it to a bunch of a middleman, which is people who own, and of course they own some dealership as well, but majority of dealership are owned by a different business person that wanna own multiple dealership. They own 2, 3 Toyota, they own 2, 3 Delta. But Tesla create a problem where if people keep more and more people buy that car, you know what I mean, and then and even more. Now Tesla try to make cars, and the old school industry car, they was trying to do that when they brought hand robot, and then they cut a lot of people and stuff like that. That is fine. There's cut to do when it's necessary, but sometimes when there's a cut that you do, you know what I mean, it doesn't help the economy, because let me go back to the industry. Like for example, like I live in Orlando, Florida. Um, Disney is one of our biggest employee, right? And Disney understand that yes, they make a lot of money from people, tourists from different countries and different states, but they also understand no, that right, a lot of money they actually can make from people who live in Orlando, and also a lot of people that come to their park are people who actually work for Disney. So there's a money they're gonna make back from people who actually work for them. So now imagine if you are Tesla or even Amazon. I'll go back to Amazon eventually. You make all those, you try to make all those cars, but you not hire a lot of people, and you destroying, like say if everybody start become driving Tesla, You create a problem where you solve a problem, but you destroy consumer base. So if all those technology companies are beginning to work and trying to solve problem, but solve the problem in the sense that they cut the middleman, but they cut in the middleman in the best benefit of the company, but not in the benefit of the consumer. So back in the day, if they cut the cost of the middleman, is that for benefit of the consumer, like the when you take out the middleman, some of the time, and you can sell the thing device, so you can sell the item cheaper, right? So or like you buy more, or and you can sell the, and then you can make a lot more money. The more, usually say the more you sell, the more money you make. But that's not how Tesla work. Tesla, it doesn't matter if there's no middleman, the car price is still stay the same. Now I understand, like he said, he wanna sell the car from 50 to 30, but even in that range, because you're making more car now, you can afford to make cheaper car, but you still have a big problem. You not you find a lot of, you destroy an industry that's not being replaced by other industry, right? It's not being replaced, and you just destroy the industry, and then you destroy it, and then you don't create new job for those people you destroy that used to work for those industry. Just like Amazon, right? Amazon and like not a lot of tech company now, they're buying a lot of new company. They're buying companies. And when you buy those companies and you destroy those, and then after you buy those company, and for like example, like the supermarket, you try to make it more and more less human employee, right? And if all this keep happening for every industry, now how do you expect to sell those products when you have no consumer to afford to buy those products, right? That is a problem, and that is a problem the government is not seeing, right? Where like back in the day, there were, I know because they don't, a lot of government people are like old school, or like they're very not so much old school, but they're very not tech savvy. They not understand what is going on, and they're barely able to catch up what's going on with the technology world. So they have no idea what's going on, because what is going on is all those technology companies want to do everything. They want to do your grocery. They want to be your car company. They want to be they want to be your grocery. They want to sell your TV. They want to be sell your clothes. They still want to be everything. But the problem is all those industry you created, all you need is hire. You just an industry of a million, and then you create a new industry of 1,000. Now, all those new people that don't have no job, how can they afford to buy those products? How, if you look at like to North Korea, you cannot, like in Venezuela, right? When you destroy industry, and it doesn't matter how much free you give people, eventually you get tired of giving people for free. People are gonna need people need you need people job and money to afford to buy those products. Now, if a lot more people cannot afford to buy, they have no job to buy your product, then how you gonna make money? So what you're gonna do is, for the very few that can buy it, you're just gonna charge more and more and more, and then gonna be less and less people can afford to buy it. And that is a problem in the technology. Like I said, it's because those people who's in the tech world are very introvert. They doesn't think the same way as people who's introvert from those like the old industry, where they create company, and the company create other companies surrounded, like self-employed people. Now, in the tech business, people and also like contract people in the oil industry, they used to create a lot of entrepreneurship for people who do contract work and stuff like that. In the tech industry, they do have contractor, but it's still not the same. It's still not higher to the level, because you create a company where even eventually soon there's not gonna be a need a lot of engineering. Like for now, yes, we have. Oh, if you know a lot about technology, you can hire. But how for how long? For how long where that like only the corporate people are gonna work, and people who who fill paper, who need work. Because basically, what I see is going to the future is where is like machine, um, machine working, machine working or fixing machine, right? Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Is machine fixing machine. So why if you like eventually like the AI are very good, right? So basically, you're gonna have a artificial intelligence who's who's managing a bunch of robot, who's making cars, a bunch of robot who's making toys, a bunch of robot who's working all those warehouses instead of hiring people in those warehouses. Now you got a bunch of different type of robot working in those warehouses, and now you have no employment for a lot of people. And the government is not thinking about that to a certain degree. Like you cannot be a and you're not solving problem. You create a bigger problem where like I was watching a movie called 80/20, where and eventually in the future, only 20% of the people, it doesn't matter if it's in America or like in Africa, only 20% of the people are gonna work and 80% gonna not working. And guess what that's gonna be create? That's gonna create a chaos. We're gonna have we worry about building walls. We about between China. How about we about to eventually, like a movie Justin Timberlake was, we're in, we got to worry about creating a wall among the have and the have not. That is where we headed. If the government doesn't take a look at everything, how those tech companies are beginning to get so big that they make everything, and when they become buy those industry and destroy those industry, and then it's not like those new industry that they created is hiring people. The new industry those tech company are created is like Amazon, right? It's not replacing human being. It's just replacing by machine and artificial intelligence. And that is a huge problem. Like I said, I'm a tech blogger. I love technology. It can be good, but it also can be very dangerous. Like right now, we have the tech world is booming. But how long before we got where like now we have $1 trillion companies? How long before we have $1 zillion company where like the world is managed by like 5 or 10 companies because those companies end up buying everything, right? You got maybe Facebook, Google, Amazon, Apple. Maybe they're not running the world thanks to like communist country like China, who doesn't want the world technology to know their dirty secret, and who want to have control over any technology that company. But for most company, for most country, they're totally fine with that, right? Imagine if you have like just 3 or 4 companies controlling the world, and that's why it start to be like you have like company like Google and Apple. It's not just selling hardware. It's not just selling software, but there are software, their hardware, their music, their TV, their radio, their your bank. There are your bank. There are your shopping store. There are your where you go watch television. They're like a place like Amazon. That's where you go watch news. Imagine if you're like your technology company like control the news. How crazy is that? You got your world the world is controlled by very bunch of introvert people who are very self-sustained. Like that's how most so-called tech people are. They're very into themselves, right? They don't even they don't see the bigger picture until it's time to give some money away, right? They don't take like very outrovert. They're very introvert people, so they're very close-minded, right? They doesn't, you know what I mean? Like things have to like hit them hard to realize that, oh shit, what I did was wrong. Because for a lot of time they used to be very by themselves. So they're not really thinking about other people because they're always by themselves, most introvert people, right? So that is a big dangerous we have to think about in the future. And it's a big working problem the government have to do. And you cannot allow, because the people I know and the tech company are doing the same thing. They say, oh, those Wall Street people or those different industries are doing, like buying the government. They now are doing the same thing. Now, like I said, when a company become so bad, like I just saw recently that Apple planned to buy a TV company in Israel, right? Now, it's not just technology, but it's also TV channel. So you're already buying stuff from the, buying content from TV. Now you own the TV. How is dangerous is that? Right? Like I said, I love technology. I think the technology are solving a lot of problems, make it better, but it also create a lot of problem that we all not pay attention to. And if we don't do that, and then we wait until it's too late, where they have control over the government and they have control over the world, and we're gonna be in a world of bunch of unemployment people and a bunch of companies that have no, and you know what I mean? They're not thinking about consumer. They're thinking about. We're so amazed by what technology can do. Like I said, we forget about the everything have pros and cons on it, right? Everything have pros and cons. Now the problem, the thing is does the pro out good the con? Now for technology world, a lot of time the con is not being acknowledged, even when the con is bigger problem than the pro. Because we're so amazed at what technology can do here and there that we're not talking about the bigger picture of human problem. They're solving small problem for a small period of time, not for a longer period of time. They're solving problem for now. We should create a bigger problem later on. Because we live in a bush a conservative company where, like we said, the government doesn't create job, right? That's what we said. And most rational businesses, yes, the government create job. It have that's what the government is to do when it's technology with different businesses. They test things, and they said, and they may not manage it. They may not manage it, but when they create an industry and then the consumer make it bigger, they come up with an idea and the consumer, you know what I mean? Like I look like a certain place, I forgot, in one of the Asian countries, how they like find ways to solve problem. Even right now we're going into a big farm problem. I think it's Malaysia, right? And any problem they have, they're trying to find a way to solve it to technology. But they're trying to find out solve this problem also by helping with human being, right? But if you create solving problem without human being, and you're solving problem where it doesn't help human being to benefit from it, not just a small portion, everybody we really have a problem, a lot of problem in our hand. And this is what I want, like I said, I wanted to do this video about before I forgot about this new tech world problem versus the old tech world problem, and the government is not seeing. I really and because before it's too late, I want you to guys please and like and subscribe to this channel, right? For everything new I have going on with business and technology. But yes, this was my 2 cents I wanted to talk about in this video today. I wanted to talk about a growing problem that the government and even the tech people are not paying attention, and even us people are not thinking about. We lost our job. We'll work. Like, look how long it took before Detroit came back. It took almost 20 years, and after that, a lot of people had to move, and then new people move in. And that creates gentrification, that creates a lot of crime, and that's what's gonna happen. When you have 80 of the people of the world is not even no middle class, it's just have not working versus 20 people are working, what do you think gonna happen? You're gonna have to build a wall because people, if you don't even a lot of white people gonna start robbing and killing and do a lot of crazy stuff when they're like seeing like they cannot feed their children. That's when crime happens. When people are looking at their wife, their husband, their children, especially their children and their face, they cannot feed them. That creates chaos. And that's something we not pay attention to. And I really, really, really want you guys to think about that. And if you're somebody who liked the video, I want you to like, subscribe, tag your local government official. I want you to like talk about this kind of problem. And I hope any people in the government see this video and it's spark a conversation. It's spark a conversation about big problem. Like one company I want to talk about, but I don't want it because I work for them. But they're creating a problem that even that added to it, right? Those technology companies want to be company of everything. What about your company is making car, making plane, making making everything? It's a chaos. Okay, this is my second video, and this is my more a different topic video I want to continue to talk about. Hopefully you like it. Like I said, hopefully you share it, and hopefully it start a conversation about the new tech problem like what that's going on right now. All right, this is Bourgeois with Bourgeois TV and Bourgeois Tech. I'll see you next time. Thank you.